invite you to sing along in our congregational songs today, which are songs you probably will know. If not, you'll be able to learn facts, because that's what those songs are for. God bless you. And I think it's time for us to get started. Let's do this. Let's do this. God is good. I woke up this morning with my awesome, and I haven't heard that song. But I feel now. That's awesome. And today's message is mind, body, spirit. Isn't that just the way spirit works? Yeah. Here's another little thing I have to share. And I probably shouldn't, but so we had the Mind Body Spirit Expo yesterday, and it was so fabulous and wonderful. We had over 1,000 people come through. I was with one of the guys from the city afterwards, and I said, "Well, I think we had a good turnout. I think we had 600 or 700 people." He said, "I stopped counting at 1,000." He said, and we can always tell too when people start complaining about the parking. that it's a good event. It's a good event if people are complaining about the parking. Yes. So the thing I was going to share, so I got in a hot tub, rested the legs and the back, and getting those muscles all relaxed. So then I said, well, I'm going to make my notes for my message because I have it all in my mind because all week I've been knowing what I was going to speak about today. And so I got up real early this morning and 5:55. And a numerologist, Dr. Dharma, great Van Gill, I know you're watching, she said to me earlier this year, this is a 555 year for you. Fives, it's all about change. It's all about new beginnings, all about new creations. And I said, that's fabulous. So I woke up at 5:55. I said, okay, time to get out of bed, get this done. So I get all my notes done, and I'm thinking, pretty proud of myself. Getting ready to go take a shower, and then I tried to copy and paste something in it and lost the whole darn document. So I have a few notes, but yeah, so we're definitely going with spirit. Sunday morning with a great invocation that was written by Charles Fillmore, the co-founder with Myrtle, his wife, of Unity. So together, let's affirm the great invocation. I am now in the presence of pure being and immersed in the Holy Spirit of life, love, and wisdom. I acknowledge thy presence and thy power, O blessed Spirit. In thy divine wisdom, now erase our mortal limitations, and from thy pure substance of love, bring into manifestation our world according to thy perfect law. And it is a perfect law. It's a perfect law when we allow it to be a perfect law. Because those natural laws work and something's beeping, and I don't know what it is, but I hear it. I hear you. Something's beeping. So it's when we go with those natural laws and we just allow. So that's going to be a common theme today is allow. Allow Spirit to work in your life and just allow that presence to be present in your life.
Thank you. God is so good. You can remain seated. We have one more congregational song this morning, and this one is called Every Praise. Every praise is to our God. Every word of worship, one accord. Every praise is to our God. Every praise to our God. Every word of worship, one accord. Every praise to our God. Hallelujah to our God. Glory, hallelujah to our God. Every praise to our God. Every praise to our God. Every word of worship, one accord. Praise to our God. Sing hallelujah. Hallelujah to our God. Glory, hallelujah to our God. Every praise to our God. God, my Savior, God, my healer, God, my deliverer, God, my deliverer. Yes, God is. Yes, God is. Every praise to our God. Every word of worship in one accord. Every praise to our God. Every praise is to our God. Every word of worship in one accord. Every praise to our God. Hallelujah to our God. Sing hallelujah to our God. Glory, hallelujah to our God. Every praise every praise to our God. Every word of worship, one accord. Every praise to our God. Sing hallelujah to our God. Glory, hallelujah to our God. Every praise, every praise, every praise to our God. See, God always works. You know, I was a little nervous there for that. I'm used to singing with tracks and stuff, so to sing with the live, it's a little different, but I do appreciate, and I do believe with Spirit, it's always just so easy. You know, we come willing, we come open to receive what God has in store. We're not going to be the same way that we walked in. Something's going to birth inside of you today, so get ready. I can feel it, something awesome. And right now, we're going to welcome Laura Ann with a beautiful word.
Sunday, January 23rd, 2022. Today's daily word is pray for others. Just hearing those words, I am praying for you, helps me relax into the calm strength of a trusted friend's faith. Reassured, I feel my own faith grow stronger. My friend may be right next to me or calling from far away. The power of prayer is undiminished by distance. Grateful for the gift of my friend's prayers to me, I welcome every opportunity to pray for others who ask. Having heard the prayer's need, I let go of all concern. In faith, I hold the Christ presence within everyone whom I pray. Knowing the truth of another's wholeness, I release illness. I affirm divine wisdom, guiding every important decision, and divine strength, relieving any weakness. I feel the warmth of God's love bring peace and restoring hope to those that I hold in prayer. We always ask and give thanks for all of you and mention you in our prayers. Theologians 2:1. The denial that I came with when I sat with today's daily word, and repeat if it's comfortable with you. No person, thing, or event can keep me from co-creating my reality.
No person, thing, or event can keep me from creating my reality.
Affirmation is spontaneous order is now established and maintained in me.
Spontaneous order is now established. So it's all about sharing your gifts, right? We all have different gifts in the body, and it's so important that we take time to showcase our gifts and share our gifts. And right now, Dr. Debbie is going to come up, and she's going to bless us with this beautiful song. You got it, friend.
Hello, hello. So grateful to see all of you here. Some new faces, welcome, welcome. Music has always been so healing to my heart, and so helps me connect to the divine so much. And so this song is such a sacred song to me. It's Good Morning Beautiful. And years ago when I first learned guitar, I would sing it to all of my girlfriends at the time. I was in my mid-20s. And then a little girl came to the universe, Juliana Marie Lopez. She was 5 pounds, 13 ounces, and I would watch her in the mornings on Saturday at 6 a.m. and I'd be so tired, and she'd be so wide awake with her little feet. And then this became her song. And so now every time I sing it, I was filled with such love for her. And this is Juliana at 11 now, so. Yeah. Good morning, beautiful, how was your night? Mine was wonderful with you by my side. I opened my eyes, see your sweet face. It's a good morning, beautiful day. I couldn't see the light, couldn't tell day from night. Had no reason to care. But then you came along, I can't face the dawn, 'cause I know you'll be there. Good morning, beautiful, how was your night? Mine was wonderful with you by my side. I open my eyes, see your sweet face. It's a good morning, beautiful day. I never worry if it's raining outside. Sitting here with you, girl, the sun always shines. Good morning, beautiful, how was your night? Was wonderful with by my side. I open my eyes to see your sweet face. It's a good morning, beautiful day. Good morning, beautiful day. Good morning, beautiful day.
Isn't it wonderful and amazing, the talents that have come forth in our community to be shared, like beautiful bright lighthouses. It's so amazing, and I love it. And I want to say and acknowledge that I see so many faces of practitioners and people that were at the Mind Body Spirit Expo. Thank you so much for joining. I have a beautiful healer back here, Justin. You did a wonderful job with sound healing yesterday at the Mind Body Spirit Expo. It's so good to see you. So today my message is about mind, body, spirit living. I had someone ask me a couple of weeks ago, so why do you do this Mind Body Spirit Expo? And I thought and said, well, so in the explaining of why we do the Mind Body Spirit Expo, I thought, you know, that'd preach. We need to do that for service. Yeah. So when our body is healthy, our mind is clear. Our spirit is connected. So our body is healthy, our mind is clear, and our spirit is connected. And then we are well on our way to creating that reality that aligns with our purpose, our passion for being on this planet. So why do we not choose to live like that every day? Yeah, that's an important question. So I also have a verse from Thessalonians. May your spirit, soul, and body be well. 1 Thessalonians 5:23. May your spirit, soul, and body be well. And when we are aligned with spirit, that's what happens. So just imagine you choose to live a connected life each and every day. Each and every day, you choose an intentional life. You see your body healthy, you feel your mind clear, and you believe in a higher power that is guiding you and looking out for you. And you are aligned and connected to that higher power. You are then feel more connected to your friends, to your family, to all the people in your life, in your community. You feel in flow and excited to contribute your talents, your light, and your love, and your genius to the world. That sounds like a pretty amazing life, doesn't it? That's the life I want. Well, guess what? It's the life you can have, and all you need to do is to choose it. You choose to live that life, and you will create that life. Because we are all spiritual beings living a physical experience. And you have the capacity to create your own life experience, your health, your happiness, your community, your connection. It's all your choice. Awareness allows choice, and choice allows hope, and hope allows freedom and transformation. So mind, body, spirit living. We had a whole expo about it. Over 1,000 people came in. We had over 60 vendors and healers and practitioners that were doing spiritual readings, vendors that were providing crystals, and just anything and everything you could think to live a healthy life. Essential oils. Eileen and Allie offered their knowledge. They are experts in that. So I'm saying, whatever you need to live that mind, body, spirit life, it is right here in this community. The resources are right here waiting for you. They are here and open and so willing to share with you. I saw a Facebook post the other day, and I was like, one of our congregants had a star in his eye, posted about it on Facebook. Eileen jumps on and says, hey, we got a thing for that. Why don't you just try a little, I think it was spearmint oil or something. And she gave him what he needed, and he posted and said, huh, it's so much better. It's so much better. So the resources are there. You just ask and you will receive. They are right here within this community. And the power of crystals. I want to share a little personal story about the power of crystals. So back in the early 2000s, I thought, I was exposed to crystals and some crystal jewelry. And I said, wow, I love these shiny rocks that people call crystals. I love them. I want to know more about them. So back then, it was before quite the Google was the thing, you know. So I bought books, went to the bookstore, went to Books A Million, went to Barnes & Noble, bought every book I could find on crystals, crystal healing, read them, studied them, knew, you know, at the time, if you asked me any question about a crystal, man, I'd tell you all about it. What's going on with the crystal. Then I took a course to become a quote certified crystal healer. But now, many years later, I learned that the certification comes from the people that you help, the people that you bring to the crystals, and then they tell you how much that helped them in their life. That's the true certification, not the fact that you went to a weekend class. Certifiable, maybe. So at one time, Paula and I owned a metaphysical store in the Nashville area called the New Earth Center. I took that name from Eckhart Tolle's work, the New Earth Center. And I wanted to offer crystals, and I offered crystal healing. So we went to the place in this country where you go to get crystals. We went to Quartzsite, Arizona for 2 weeks at the first of the year, and every crystal person from around the world, the miners come from Brazil, they come from the Congo, they come from everywhere, and they don't have them polished. They're just offering raw crystals in 50-gallon metal drums that they shipped up in a container on a ship and got here some way in a pallet. But so we spent our days walking through this maze out in the middle of the desert. All these crystal merchants from all over the world finding crystals for our store. And then we would go back take them all back to our hotel room, and we would box them up, but, you know, we're two old ladies. So we said, crystals can be heavy, you know, crystals can be heavy. So we said, so once we ship them back home, we have to manage those boxes and unbox them. So we packed them up in, you know, smaller boxes that were manageable for us. So we wrap these crystals up and we would box them up. Then we start stacking them floor to ceiling. Then we go out the next day and find more beautiful crystals. Came across a young man from the Congo. He had malachite, like you wouldn't believe. Had this beautiful malachite bowl, had these all sizes of malachite. I said, how much is this? He said, well, I don't know. How much will you give me? I'm like, oh, okay, it's like that, you know? How bad you taught me that one. So we came back to the room again, packed them up, boxed them up, stacked them floor to ceiling. So pretty soon we have floor to ceiling and we have little trails to get to the bathroom. It was amazing. We had to get another room for more crystals. So we had those crystals were stacked everywhere, all around us. So then by the end of the show, we said, well, okay, I called Old Dominion Trucking, because I was familiar with them being from the South. Called Old Dominion Trucking, and they sent a tractor trailer there. The guy came, unloaded a pallet down his hydraulic lift thing, and then so we carry out the boxes, and he helped us. We'd stack them up. He'd put his shrink wrap around it, and then put that one back in the back. And we filled up that tractor trailer with crystals. And then out of our 2 rooms there. And then when they were gone, we watched him drive off, and we knew that we were going to beat him back to Tennessee probably, you know. But we watched him drive off with our crystals and went back in that room and sat down on the bed. And the absence of the energy of those crystals was so palpable, I just wept. I just sat there and wept for 10 or 15 minutes because the energy of the crystals had been building and building, and it wasn't so noticeable as it was building. But once it was absent, it was palpable. So I truly became a certified crystal healer because I totally experienced and believed the power that that crystal has, the vibration. And people will ask me, well, does it matter what size I get if I can only afford a little piece of amethyst rather than a big piece of amethyst? Because we saw some big pieces. There was a piece of amethyst that was as tall as that sign and as wide as those curtains. And it was a big amethyst geode. And you could step up into it and stand inside. And I said to the man, I said, that's all so beautiful, but what is the practical application of that crystal? What's going to happen with that? Who can have that in their home? Who has a home that they can have that? And he said, oh, Marriott's already purchased it for a new hotel they're building in New York. And I said, oh, that makes perfect sense then. It's going in the lobby of a big hotel. So that was beautiful and wonderful to know that they were open to doing that. But those crystals, when you're using a little one or a giant one, that crystal operates, vibrates at a frequency. Each crystal has its own frequency that it vibrates at. And it doesn't change whether it's big or small. It's the same frequency. It's the same tuning. So if you have a small one and you can't have a great big one, you might just want to keep it with you more. So if you need that healing from that amethyst, but all you have are two little small amethysts, well, stick them in your pocket. Put them in your medicine bag. Keep them close to you. Keep them with you. Because you will resonate. That frequency will resonate with you. And you will attune to that frequency. And you will receive healing. Amethyst is a stone that keeps you very calm. You know, it's a calm, peaceful stone. When people come to me with children that might be having nightmares, I always say, put a rose quartz and an amethyst under the pillow at night. Because it will calm them. Help them have better dreams instead of nightmares. Help them sleep peacefully through the night. So when Paula and I got married, I said, I want to have a peaceful marriage. So our center stone is an amethyst. Because that's the power of an amethyst. So it's on all the time. So when you think of that and you choose jewelry and it's crystals, choose it with intention and with purpose of what you want to bring into your life. Because that crystal is going to be vibrating at that frequency, and you are going to come into alignment with that frequency. So make sure it's something you want to be in alignment with. You know, you don't have to buy a whole library full of books now. You can Google it. Metaphysical properties of rose quartz, metaphysical properties of amethyst, or metaphysical properties of obsidian. Or you can put in the property that you want. I want peace and calm. What crystal goes with that, and it'll tell you that way too. So it makes life so much easier. So that's what the Mind, Body, Spirit Expo is all about. Exposing you to things that you can bring into your everyday life that can help you with your everyday life, that can help you live a more mind, body, spirit life. So let's break that down a little bit. Mind. What is our mind? Your mind is your greatest ally, but sometimes also your worst enemy. Your mind, it's your thoughts, your perceptions, your memories, your belief system, your programs, your habits, and your tendencies. That's your mind. How much of that life does that control? So much. You can divide the mind into three main parts. One is your conscious thinking mind, then your subconscious autopilot mind. Sometimes when we're driving somewhere, we go all the time and we realize, oh, we're there. Autopilot. And then your consciousness. So there's your conscious mind, your subconscious, and your consciousness. Your conscious mind is your voice. the voice in your head that has a thought, an opinion, or a judgment about everything. Because we do have judgments about everything we experience. The subconscious mind takes all that information from our senses and generates thoughts, actions, feelings, behaviors, which create our reality or our experience of life. And our consciousness is the awareness by the mind of itself and then of the world. The expert that I always turn to about consciousness is Eckhart Tolle. He says it's your observer mind. When we are observing ourselves, we are aware. So bringing that awareness into your everyday life. He says that in true enlightenment, that we have consciousness. You might have a moment of consciousness and it might last that long. And then you might have a moment of consciousness that lasts 10 seconds. Then you might have a moment of consciousness that lasts a minute. But it's when you get to the point that the time in between those moments of consciousness fall away. And those moments of consciousness come together. That's when we become enlightened. Spiritual growth happens and we become spiritually enlightened when we have that observer mind. So three main ways to help bring your mind into alignment is change your thoughts. Change your thoughts. Wayne Dyer, change your thoughts, change your life. Change your thoughts, change your life. And it is so true. Change your self-talk. If your self-talk is negative, change it. Change it to something positive. If your talk about others and judgment of others, I can remember when I was in the Marine Corps and all the girls on the Marine Corps track team, we would be in Quantico. Well, Quantico is just all the Marine Corps eye candy is in Quantico. Yeah, all the few and the proud are really and so we sit out and we would judge and sit out and do the people watching. Yeah, sit out and do the people watching. That's your judgment of others. Mm-hmm. Change that. Change your thoughts. And then the second one is to stop being a right fighter. And yeah, I did borrow that one from Dr. Phil. Stop being a right fighter in your life. Notice when your mind is arguing with others and when it's arguing with yourself. And when somebody steps into your life that is a perfect mirror for you and you have all those judgments towards them, it's because they are a perfect mirror to you. Take a breath. Take a 2-minute time out. Breathe in, calm your mind, and change your thoughts about that. Change your thoughts about it. And the third one is to practice daily mind care through prayer, through meditation, through grounding, through going out there on the beach in your bare feet and getting your feet in that damp sand, grounding yourself, getting in the grass and grounding yourself. I always say I ground myself in Mother Earth and I center myself with Father Sky. So I ground myself in the earth. And in doing that, it allows me to center and align myself with source energy. And the mind is a creative, amazing creative source. It can motivate and inspire you to accomplish any goal you set for yourself. If the mind can conceive it, the body can achieve it. As an athlete training for the Olympics, that was my mantra. If the mind can conceive it, the body can achieve it. That's how I jumped higher than I am tall. It's because my mind could conceive it, so my body achieved it. And the mind can create the healthiest body and the happiest life experience that you can dare to dream or imagine if you just allow it. Because a healthy mind has unlimited potential and infinite capabilities to change your personal world and create a better world around you. That's the power of our mind. So then we go on to the body. Some of us have the mind thing down. We can change our thoughts. We can meditate. And we even have the spirit thing down. And then some of us forget about that body part. We have to have a healthy body. So get to know your body. Step into your perfect body. Now, I'm not saying perfect body that's identified by a magazine cover or society or the models on the runway. I'm talking about your perfect body, because your perfect body is unique to you. And it's not like anybody else or any other body. And it cannot be compared to anyone else, because your healthy body is your perfect body. So gain your perfect body, not what society says is a perfect body or what anyone else tells you is a perfect body. You gain your perfect body. And the practical ways to do that is, one, choose the diet that works for you. And I don't mean diet as in going on a diet. I mean the diet of your everyday lifestyle, of what you take into your body as your nourishment and your fuel. As an athlete, we were taught to think of anything we took into our body as fuel. Just like gas you put in a car, you're putting fuel into your body to help it achieve what you want to achieve. So it really makes you stop and think about what fuel am I putting in my body? Is it quality? Did I buy premium? Or am I just going along with the regular? You know? Am I putting the good stuff in or not so good stuff? And choose what your intuition tells you is good for you. Whether it's plant-based or animal and plant-based, or what is good for you. What does your intuition say? Because if we follow our intuition, it's almost always right on point with what is healthy for you. And what does your DNA say? We all have different DNA. And your DNA memory. What is that DNA memory? So check in before you just start eating willy-nilly out of habit, being on autopilot and eating those Cheetos and eating those chips and eating that stuff. Check in. Check in mindfully with intention to what am I putting in my body, and is it fueling me properly? And then here I'm asking you for a challenge. You know, back in December, I challenged you to live a joyful life for 14 days till the end of the year. I said, live a joyful life every day and notify your face that you're joyful and show everybody that you're joyful. And was that life-changing for some of you? It made a difference, didn't it? When you notify your face that, yes, I'm joyful and I intentionally am being joyful. It makes a difference in your life. It makes a difference in how you show up, how you show out. And it makes a difference in how people treat you, how they respond to you. So here's your new one for now till the end of February, till February 6th, so 14 days. Eat, move, and meditate. I want you to commit to that 14-day plan, and then I'm going to check in with you on February, just like I checked in with you at the Burning Bowl about how you did with that joyful challenge. Were you joyful? Did you do it? I want you to think about what you're eating. I want you to commit to moving, and move at your own pace. So if your pace is to go out here and run a marathon, hello, sorry. Yes, I'm talking about you. If that's your natural pace, that you get up in the morning and you do the boot camp workout, and then you go out and run and you do marathons, we love you, sorry. Yes. But maybe your pace is to get up and go for a walk. Maybe your pace is to get up and come down here on the beach and do yoga like they're doing right down there. You know, move in your way, not the way somebody else does or the way somebody else says, but do what works for you. And then the third thing is I want you to be accountable. Be accountable that you're eating, that you're moving, and that you're meditating. Be accountable. So either have somebody that goes for a walk with you or goes to the boot camp. Yes, I'm going to do that when you come back, sorry. I've already committed to it, so I know she's going to hold me accountable to it, to going and doing the boot camp workout over at the beach. So get a coach, whether it's a professional coach or any coach, get a friend, maybe it's your partner, but be accountable to somebody. And maybe it's that you're accountable to yourself through a wellness journal. And I said wellness journal, not workout journal. It's a wellness journal. I want you to write in it all that you did today to make yourself better, to live wellness in your life. So what can you expect when you do commit to that plan, that body plan, to get your body aligned with spirit? You're going to have improvements in your sleep, improvements in your stress level, improvements in your energy level, in your digestion. Your pain's going to improve, going to go away. And you might have weight loss if you need weight loss. You know, when you are doing what's right for your body will adapt and adjust itself. So the pounds will just fall off. They will, I promise. When you get right and aligned with spirit, with your body, you will gain your perfect weight, your perfect body. It'll just happen. It will, I promise. Try it and let me know. So you're going to find those improvements. And some people even report that they get an increase in their sense of humor. So February 6th, I will say, have you been laughing more? Are people laughing with you more? How's your sense of humor? Did you find one? Did you notify your face? And so now I have another verse from 1 Corinthians. Don't you know that you yourself are God's temple and that God's Spirit lives in you? For God's temple is sacred and you are that temple. Amen. So, if you be present with that, because we believe God is omnipresent. God is within us. God is all around us all the time. If God is within me and I'm eating what's not good for me, what am I feeding God? That's your responsibility. God's living inside here. You have to take care of it. You have to take care of this temple that belongs to God, that is just ours because we are a spiritual being living a physical presence right here and right now. When we check in with that, I guarantee you your eating habits are going to change because you're going to start thinking of yourself as that holy, whole person that you truly are. So that's what I'm really asking you to do, is to be present and to be conscious with that in your everyday life. So we've taken care of the mind and the body, and now we have the spirit. So what it means to reconnect with this part of yourself and how to be guided by your intuition and your spirit. There were readers at the expo yesterday that are fabulous teachers for that, to teach you to walk your daily walk, being in tune and in touch with your own intuition. It's not like they're holding some crystal ball. Well, some of them might have a crystal ball for effect, that they're telling you what your life is going to be. You know what your life is going to be. And that's what they take you to, that place where you know that you know that you know it's right in there. You already know. And it's hard to walk around the world and not notice that we're living in a body. After a day like yesterday, on feet all day, you have aches and pains. But I got in the hot tub and had a good night's sleep, and I'm totally revived. No more pain. It's hard to experience your thoughts and your actions and not realize that you have a mind. But how many people are walking around ignoring the spirit, not noticing? They're on that autopilot. Are you? Or are you intentionally living? Intentionally living. Your spirit is that non-tangible part that makes up who you are. Your spirit is infinite in nature and is here to guide, support, and help navigate you through life. It's your spiritual GPS system, your godly guidance on the path of spirituality. So, our GPS, our godly guidance on our path to spirituality. Despite differences in belief systems, most all the religions around the world do share the common principle of Spirit's presence in our lives. Whether it's Jesus, Vishnu, Buddha, Allah, all religions point to a presence, that presence of Spirit, as a source of guidance and support and inspiration and love. And there we come to it. Because here at Unity of Gulfport, we radiate that divine love back out to the world, and we affirm that we are more spiritual than religious, and we embrace all spiritual paths and help you find your way on your spiritual path, which may not be like anybody else's. It may be totally and uniquely yours. And how do we open up our spirit to receive? We open our heart. We open our heart to experience and receive that divine love and radiate it back out. Then we listen. We listen, whether it's through prayer or through meditation or through pulling an oracle card. We listen. We listen to what God is telling us. And we listen to that intuition, because that still small voice inside that many call intuition is our true God self in there talking to us. And we watch for the signs. Maybe it's a cardinal come to visit with a message from Mom. Maybe it's that you keep seeing a word on a billboard, in an ad, on the TV. And that word is a divine message for you and only you. Because everybody else is seeing those same words, but they're not putting it together in the same way. But when you open up your heart and you listen and you watch for those signs, they are there. Because when you ask for whatever it is you want to create in your life, it's bringing, it's coming, it's already on its way. And you have to watch for it, don't miss it, don't let it go by. And don't make somebody come pop you up with a 2x4 on the side of the head before you notice it. Oh, that's what that means. Because when your spirit is occupying your being and your heart is open, the guidance is clear. When spirit is occupying your being and your heart is open, the guidance is clear. Your decision making and your knowing of what is on your path becomes clear and simplified. Because it is so simple. It doesn't have to be convoluted or fancy. It's so simple. And when we get to that point in life, there are incredible synchronicities, magic, and delight. It can fill all of your days. Every day becomes magical, a magical experience in this physical existence. Mind, body, spirit living. So in closing, I'm going to return to my opening and see if it rings a little differently in your ears now. Integrating your physical, mental, and spiritual path is one of the most amazing and fulfilling experiences you may ever encounter. It's unique to everyone in your own individual way. So I open with, just imagine you choose to live a connected life each and every day. You choose an intentional life. You see your body healthy, you feel your mind clear, and you believe in a higher power that is guiding you and looking out for you. You are more connected to your friends, your family, and your community. And you feel in the flow. You feel excited to contribute your light, your love, and your genius to the world. Sounds like a pretty amazing life. And guess what? It can simply be yours just by the choosing to live that life. The choosing to live that, and you will create it. Are you ready? Yes.
so it is. Think, move, meditate. Think, move, meditate. I don't know about you, but I'm going to keep that close. So I'm going to move something around just because I do believe in listening to the intuition inside of you. I think this is a good space to come into a nice meditation. And I would like to welcome a new member to us. She's not a stranger to unity and inclusion and spirit. She's a beautiful soul. And I'm excited to experience her meditation with you guys today. Let's put our hands together for Leslie.
Boy, it's fun to be here and watch just the growth and the new people and wow. It's like creating something not from nothing, but from just a new seedling and just, wow, this seed is really sprouting. It's really traveling. So I'd like to invite you to take anything that's on your lap and just take it off, and so you can have both feet on the ground. So we come together in this holy moment. So we open our hearts to what's possible when we go into this co-creation with spirit. We can just open that heart chakra to that sacred chamber of love. And I have a song for us to softly sing if you know it and if you feel moved to do that, if that's an expression that you love to do. Or you can just receive in the sound. And then we'll go into a guided meditation. It's a beautiful song. You are the heart, you are the hands, you are the voice of spirit on earth, and who you are, and all you do is a blessing to the world. You are the heart, you are the hands, you are the voice of spirit on earth, and who you are, and all you do is a blessing to the world. With your eyes softly gazing down or closed, you can just come into this now moment. Place your hand on your heart if it helps you to access. Breathe in through your nose and breathe out through your mouth with a whoosh or an S sound, as if you're blowing a feather. And with each inhalation and each exhalation, watch as your breath slows down and your body knows that it is safe and comfortable to relax. To come into this now holy moment, the only moment, through your breath, through your sacred breath, inhaling and exhaling. Breathing in this new day and exhaling anything that no longer serves you. As you inhale, breathing in peace, divine love, divine health, divine clarity. And on your next exhalation, releasing any emotion, belief, or condition that no longer serves you. Letting go of anything that's lodged in your cellular being that no longer serves you. In this holy co-creation with Source, Spirit, God of your understanding. Imagining that beautiful place in nature that brings you so much joy and generating the feeling of thankfulness, gratitude, so grateful, so appreciative, so thankful for the creation, the opportunity to be in nature, to smell it, to see it, to hear it, to feel it. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Feel that warmth come over your body temple, in your heart, as you generate more and more gratitude. We are a vibrational match for health, for well-being. We are supported by divine's love, by divine love's grace. And as we come into the velvety darkness, the silence of the still small voice, ask your heart, what does it want me to know? As we rest in this peace. I am the heart, I am the hands, I am the voice of spirit on earth, and who I am, and all I do is a blessing to the moon. universe and who I am and all I do is a blessing to the world. Gently coming back into the space, thanking that still small voice. Amen. So it is.
Oh, that felt so good. I don't know about you, but after meditation, I feel so nice and light. Right? Thank you, God. That song, your voice sounds like one of those bowls. I don't know about you, when she hit the ending, I was like, oh, I feel like I can feel the chakra sound. Beautiful. Well, I'm going to invite Dr. Deb to come back, and she's going to sing a song called Thankful. Or Thank You, excuse me. Thank You. So I'm still in that like euphoric state, so I'm waiting for all the pieces to come back together.
So Alanis Morissette was always one of my favorite musicians for many reasons. And this song is one of those sacred songs to me because it reminds me of how each moment is so filled with the divine, even the bottoms and the hurts and those incremental moments of growth. And one of the most wonderful things I've learned from Reverend Kimberly is the power of stillness. So thank you. Sorry about that. How about getting off of these antibiotics? How about stopping eating when I'm full up? How about them transparent dangling carrots? How about that ever-elusive kudo? Thank you, India. Thank you, terror. Thank you, disillusionment. Thank you, frailty. Thank you, consequence. Thank you, silence. How about me not blaming you for everything? How about me enjoying the moment for once? How about how good it feels to finally forgive you? How about grieving it all one at a time? Thank you, India. Thank you, terror. Thank you, disillusionment. Thank you, frailty. Thank you, consequence. Thank you, silence. How about the moment I let go of it was the moment I got more than I could handle. The moment I jumped off of it was the moment I touched ground. How about no longer being masochistic? How about remembering your divinity? How about unabashedly bawling your eyes out? How about not equating death with stopping?
Thank you, India. Thank you, Providence. Thank you, disillusionment. Thank you, nothingness. Thank you, clarity. Thank you, silence. I got my own today.
So when we connect mind, body, and spirit in service to others, it becomes sacred service. And together, all of us, we are giving offerings every week to help support this community. And as part of that, we are supporting our community at large. And today we have a special guest. We have Merrill Dickey here, and he is from the St. Vincent de Paul Cares community. Can you come up, Merrill? Earlier this month, and through the month of December, as you know, we collected blankets and shirts and clothing, and Cindy organized part of that for us, Cindy Organtini, and she delivered those clothings and things to the St. Vincent de Paul Society or charity. And today we also have the second part of our donation, which is a check. But I'd like to introduce Merrill here and have him tell you a little bit about St. Vincent de Paul.
Thank you for having me. I wasn't going to share this, but since we're in body, mind, and spirit, I feel it. When I first was invited to work at St. Vincent de Paul Cares, I really didn't ever feel called that I was going to help people that are homeless. It wasn't something that I'm a cause person, but it's different kind of causes. But it was funny because the first week I was there, we have a shelter in a fenced-in area where we were having to keep people overnight, which is a tragedy in itself in our community, but it's in St. Petersburg. And I've been praying a lot about the next job, and this job was, the guy called me and asked me to come work for him. So I knew God wanted me there, but I didn't know why. And about 8 months earlier, my brother died very young in a very quick, tragic death, very, very troubling to me. And I tell you that because of this. And it put me in a place, a dark place, where I even thought about, I doubted God, I doubted my faith, I doubted so much, I kind of gave up. At some point I felt like jumping off a bridge, because I was just so shattered by him dying the way he did. So when I went across to the shelter and they were standing outside, there was this big man whose pants were falling down and he had blood on his shirt. And I looked at him and I thought, oh my God, what have you got me here doing? I just don't connect, I didn't relate. It was something I never thought of doing. And I judge because, there but for the grace of God go I. I judge when I see sometimes people that are homeless because of behaviors and things that I don't approve of, or I don't understand. So this man was there, and there was a guy right here, and he looked at me and he said, this man has never been the same since he saw his brother get shot in front of him. And I said, that's why I'm here. Because I understood that had it not been for family and friends, and one friend of mine who said, Meryl, you've gone through a lot in your life, and it's okay to feel the way you feel, and give me that ability. This man maybe didn't have that, and so he became like I could have become very easily if I hadn't had the circumstances around me. And at St. Vincent de Paul Cares, we see that day in and day out. People that are there for things we can't even imagine. One father was raising his 2 kids by himself, and he got hit in the back by a car. My brother-in-law got hit in the back by a car. His wife was there to take care of him, my sister, and he has family and has the money to go afford it. That guy didn't. He ended up in the hospital, lost his job on the street with 2 kids. I can't imagine having a hole in the car with my dad. So I really empathize with that. And so we help those types of people. We help people like you and me that end up in circumstances that we can't even sometimes imagine. So that's why I'm there, because what's so cool about St. Vincent de Paul Cares is we don't just Band-Aid something. We actually invest in people's lives with real hard-working case managers, housing specialists who help us find people who will rent to us, and peer mentors, and then that care, and we stick with them after we get them housed in an apartment of their own for that first year to help them become self-sufficient and thrive. And so I like it because we're lifting people up into a place to believe in themselves again. When they stop to believe in themselves. I hear that over and over again when they give testimony. They said, I had stopped believing in myself, but you came and started to believe in me, and so I started to believe in myself again. Because living on that street, having this cold, I'm cold in here today. I can't imagine how to be out there. It's disturbing. And so people develop habits and struggles because they're on the street trying to survive only. I learned one thing, and I'll stop after this, but was really helpful for me, is that you know why they're sleeping during the day? So they don't get beat up at night. So try finding a job, right? When you're up all night trying to stay alive, one of the most important things we need is backpacks, because they get their backpacks stolen, and that's everything to them, because they don't have a place to put it. So what we do in all 16 counties is we work on this thing called rapid rehousing. No judgment, no barriers. We bring anybody in who needs help, and we help them become self-sufficient. You are a partner in that. You've helped invest in ending homelessness for people. Since the pandemic started, we've been able to house over 2,000 households. In the midst of COVID. In Pinellas County alone, which is our biggest place, even though we're from Naples all the way to the villages, we've done over 800 households just since COVID kicked in. We never stopped. And your investment in this, your love, your help, your support, the finances, helps us do it. So thank you.
It's a portion of what we've donated, but I believe I can make a commitment, speaking for the entire community, that if you need something, call us. We have people who want to participate, want to help, and we'll give all of our resources that we can to help. So thank you.
I left a few cards. I ran out of my condo this morning in a hurry, and because I came from Tampa, and left all the brochures I brought through. So I'll make sure I'm in to drop them off so you can look at those too. Our website, www.svdp.care. It's pretty easy, svdp.care.
We'll put that in our newsletter. We'll put that in our e-news that goes out this next week. We'll put that. And I just want you all to give yourselves a big hand for stepping up and stepping out. And Susan and I both sat down and worked with the community of Gulfport and Black. One of the things in the commitments we felt strongly about was that when it came to finances, we would be truthful and transparent, and that we would tie to the local community. And it's you that is tying to the local community. And I want you all to be so proud of yourselves for stepping up and doing that, because what a worthy charity.
It sure is. Thank you. Last week, the offering was $764, and $76.40 is being set aside now for Habitat for Humanity. So far for Habitat for Humanity, we have $217. We'll be announcing the dates, I think, in the newsletter for the worksite dates, and then we'll continue to carry through on Habitat for Humanity for January and February, I think we agreed to. So keep that in mind. We are sending a representative from Unity of Gulfport through prayer chaplain training. This is a program, I thought it was especially wonderful that today's daily daily word was about prayer and the importance of prayer in your life, in our lives, in our community. And we have committed to sponsor somebody to participate, and Dr. Debbie is going to participate in that. We would like to make that a sponsorship if it's possible. If you can donate, the cost to that is about $400. So if it is within your ability to share some of your generosity, we can pay for that training. But what will happen with that program is Dr. Debbie has committed, it's a lot of time, has committed to do all of that training, and then she will become our lead trainer for anybody who wants to participate in the prayer chaplain program, which, as you know, is important. And after service today, Debbie will be available for any one-on-one prayer that you would like. We are, today after service, immediately after service, we are going to have a new members orientation. And so we already have people who would like to, more people who would like to become members. So they'll be staying after service. If you are not able to stay after service, if you contact me during the week, I can go over all of the orientation material with you and have you do affirmations. And we're happy to do that. And it's important for the membership so that you understand, for members have the ability to vote and have their voice heard on important church and community matters. And so the following week, we are going to vote, and we're going to have a members meeting at the next week, immediately after service. And we are going to be voting as a community on 4 new board members. And 4 people have presented themselves. And if you would stand up, Bill Thomas. Bill Platt. Jan, you don't have to stand up unless you can. Jan. And Elaine Schreiber. So next week they'll all tell you a little bit about themselves, but if there's an opportunity for you to meet and greet with any of them, please make yourself known to them, and they're happy to talk to everybody. You know, I love this community, and I want to continue to serve in the best way that I can. And so I have decided that I will not be on the board going forward. It was very clear my calling was to help form this community, but not to continue, because there are people who have business expertise and new startup expertise and service expertise, and there are just so many beautiful, gifted people, and they are being called to lead this church to the next step. And so our obligation as a community is to support them and pray for their wisdom and their guidance, and to be there for them when they put the hand out and say, can you help? So we say a special blessing on the new board members who will be voted on next week, and ask you to pray for them always. I want to thank congratulations to Reverend Kim and that Mind, Body, Spirit Expo. And not just to Reverend Kim, all of the volunteers that came out and just worked your hearts out and made that a spectacular event. Wow, that was really fantastic. Congratulations on that. Sandra Bryce won the 50-50 raffle, and she's not a community member, but maybe she will be now. She won $410.
Yay,
Or maybe it was 407. It was something like that. The next expo is scheduled for April 23rd. So I think the call's going to go out pretty soon about getting volunteers. because there's a lot of pre-stuff that goes into that. So please step forward when the information goes out, because we'll need a lot of help. Wednesday is Meditation Wednesdays, as you know, and we do that at the Gulfport Library. It starts at 11:30. More and more people are starting to attend. But if you read some of the comments, many people are listening to that and being touched by that. So if you get a chance, either tune in and watch it or show up and be a part of it. And I think that's it for me. So thank you.
Cindy's not gonna go far. She said that she will serve on committees and do things. We're gonna keep her busy doing all kinds of things. And Jana, with her art homemaker, loving creative art, will be just as involved as ever. And we are so grateful and thankful.
We're gonna welcome Amy. She's gonna play the flute behind us, and we as a congregation are going to sing Let There Be Peace. So please stand. Oh, stand, absolutely. Come right up in the front. You don't have to move it. Here, I'll back yourself. You just grab your little thing and you're gonna put yourself right there. Right there. You can even just take your music and put it on a chair, whatever you're comfortable. Okay, we'll back up. Back up. Here we go. He's gonna give us this key, the beautiful key of C. Can you give me a chord of C? You are welcome. You're welcome. Okay, here we go, everyone. All right. All right.
The light of God surrounds us. The love of God enfolds us. The power of God protects us. The presence of God watches over us. Wherever we are, God is, and all is well. God is amazing. All the time. And all the time. God is amazing.